Hello, good afternoon, everybody. How we doing? Spencer Israel back in my usual setup, not at the fancy desk. The fancy desk is only for the middle of the day show. For all the other stuff, the morning, the afternoons, I'm here at my normal desk. But it is 3:15 or so, give or take, on a Monday, which means, as we do every week, we bring on Edwin Dorsey from the Bear Cave to talk about what happened last week in short report land. Who said what? Who is short? What? And why? We'll find out right now. Edwin Dorsey, welcome back to the program.
Spencer, thanks so much for having me on. It's always exciting to be on Benzinga.
We had a lot going on. You sent me a lot of links today. Some weeks are light, some weeks are short. This week looks like, or some weeks are heavy, some weeks are light. This week seems like or last week was a heavier week in terms of just quantity of reports. What was your personal favorite?
So there were 5 new short reports last week. The one I gotta say that I found most exciting was White Diamond Research published on Momentous.
Okay.
This $850 million pre-revenue space SPAC, tickers MNTS. It like uses water-based propellant technology that White Diamond says doesn't work to move stuff in space. It's pre-revenue. It's very exploratory. And the SPAC that took the company public was originally targeting a deal in the cannabis space. And anytime you see a SPAC that goes public to target a deal in one space and then just do a complete pivot from cannabis to space exploration, that looks really bad. The SEC sued the company's founder and now ex-CEO over allegations of fraud, and the founder CEO sold his entire stake in the company back to the company for $50 million as part of this transaction. And it's just something where like the substance doesn't seem to be there. And the market seems to notice, even though the stock, I think, still is trading around 10. Yeah, it's trading above its SPAC deal price. The borrow rate is really high on this. I think it's like 40 or 50%. So it's, even though it looks like, probably very overvalued, the market's definitely aware of the problems here, and a lot of people are trying to short it.
So as far as we know, the SPAC, the deal is still on the table.
No, the deal is completed.
Oh, it's done. This is it. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a de-SPACed company. Got it.
Sorry, a de-SPACed company.
Yeah. Okay.
Just with all these red flags, I think the SEC sued to stop the transaction and it was delayed. It ended up being completed, and now everybody is trying to short this thing, and the borrow rate is so high. So as a short, mechanically, it might not be so great, even though it could fall because the borrow rate's so high. But as a long, it's definitely something I'd want to avoid unless you're like getting the rebate for
MNTS. Yeah, not one that has been on my radar, but I mean, frankly, the chart speaks for itself. Yeah. Okay. Using water technology as a propellant in space. Give them credit for the kudos on the idea. It sounds cool. Does it actually work? Do they actually have a product? Well, that's for the future to decide.
Spencer, the other one I really liked was from Viceroy Research. This was literally actually just a one-page report, so it was very, very short. But Viceroy Research put out a one-page report on both PagSeguro Digital and StoneCo, which are 2 Brazilian payment processors, each with like a $10 billion market cap. And Viceroy was saying that there was a raid in Florida of like a questionable payments processor called Pax Global Technology Limited. And he was saying the FBI raided them is going to affect these 2 Brazilian payment processors because they might have problems with operational integrity. And specifically, Viceroy wrote, "We expect PagSeguro to be the subject of significant regulatory action and scrutiny with clear possibility of legal action against the company by various counterparties." What makes me really interested in this is Viceroy was one of the early whistleblowers on Wirecard, a really questionable German payments company that's since fallen like 99%. So anytime they're talking about payments or companies in the questionable payments space, I would pay a lot of attention to Viceroy.
Yeah, Wirecard was a doozy of a fraud. Okay, so they targeted StoneCo. That was the other one you said.
And PagSeguro, PAGS.
NPAGS, right? Okay.
These are
Man. Okay.
Stoneco, Warren Buffett's an investor in, and PagSeguro. Like, they're both 10 billion. Like, these are big liquid companies. I'd be interested in seeing how this unfolds.
Jeez. All right. What else you got for us?
Okay, we got a few other. So Grizzly Research published on MP Materials Corp, ticker MP, $6 billion.
Isn't this from like the other week? Wasn't this from like 2 weeks ago as well? Didn't they just do this? Or maybe you emailed it to me. That's what it was. That's why this sounds familiar.
Yeah. I think it was on Monday or Tuesday of last week. Grizzly Research, MP Materials Corp, $6 billion rare earth elements mining company that went public through one of Chamath Palihapitiya's SPACs in November 2020. Just because Chamath's involved, you've probably heard of it. Mm-hmm. Grizzly Research alleged the company is the second iteration of like a bankrupted mining project. And Grizzly Research highlighted that a related party that accounts for 99% of the company's revenues has ties to the Chinese government. The reason that's significant is I believe MP Materials Corp sells itself to investors as something that's independent of China. A lot of the rare earth metals are located in China. So having a rare earth metals company located in the EU or a more U.S.-friendly country could be a big deal, but because you have these ties to the Chinese government, that could hurt the valuation. In addition, the management team for MP Materials has limited mining experiments and has sold close to $356 million of stock over the last year.
What I'm going to start doing, guys, and I'll just to catch up here, I'm going to put these links in the chat if you want to catch up and do some reading on your own. So, all right, we got the momentous, we got the MP Materials ticker MP, and that chart actually doesn't even look that bad when you consider some of the other doozies that we've seen here. And then I saw this one from Spruce Point, Heska.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm always hesitant sometimes on Spruce Point stuff. Ticker HSKA, $2.5 billion pet healthcare diagnostics company.
I don't know.
Spruce Point claimed Heska's management material embellished figures like Heska's market share. And, common with Spruce Point reports, they allege that the company's core business was declining and they pivoted to low quality acquisitions to cover up problems. Spruce Point highlighted governance concerns, like the CEO's 2 children are working at Piper Sandler, which served as Heska's underwriter and has an overrate rating. Some stuff like that just seems like a little bit of a stretch to me.
That's the kind of thing. If you bring that up, it sounds shady, but can also be a perfectly reasonable explanation that has nothing to do with, familial ties. So, and they said it right here: earnings on the 4th, earnings on Thursday. So have this one on your radar, everyone. HS.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we've talked about the Joint in the past, ticker JYNT. That's a franchisor of chiropractic clinics I'm skeptical of. I think they have earnings Thursday after the close too. I think.
All right. We can actually probably confirm that in the pro. And then this one, we got to that one. That was Viceroy Research. And then J Capital is short Vulcan Energy Resources.
Yeah, they're like a lithium miner that reverse merged into a copper miner. And basically the stock's up 8,000% over the last 2 years, and a lot of optimistic assumptions about its mine and German lithium mine, which J Capital called a non-starter. And what J Capital did was show that a lot of these consultants giving projections were tied to the company or the company management. And the shares fell 17% the day after the report, after coming off a trading halt, which is pretty impressive.
Let me get my chart up here, and it's VU. Is this traded?
It trades in Australia under the ticker VUL, not in the US though.
Yeah, I think. Wait, is that the US? I think these are the US shares.
Yeah, it might be. It might be OTC in the US.
VULNF in the US. Obviously, not very liquid, very very thin. But we'll just do whatever the primary shares do over in Australia. So, all right, we had a lot going on this week. We had
and there was one more kind of report. It was just a tweet on DWAC. Digital World Acquisition Corp. This is the one that is acquiring a stake in Truth Social, Donald Trump's SPAC. So Iceberg Research has a pretty good track record of trading these meme stocks. They've been shorting AMC successfully for a while, getting in and out. Their interesting point was this might be a hugely valuable deal. It could close, but it's really likely not to close at the current terms, because now the SPAC is trading at such an elevated valuation. Trump could just take it to another SPAC at a better valuation or renegotiate, which is what will likely happen. So their thesis was not on this failing, but more that there's going to be a renegotiation. So SPAC shareholders will get less of a stake in the company if it even closes. And if it doesn't close, it's going to go back to 10 anyways.
Duncan Dave has a great question, and I don't know the answer. If Vulcan Energy is related to Vulcan Materials, I
don't think so.
I don't know. I don't want to say they're not and be wrong, but Edwin says he doesn't think so. This DWAC, man, is something out of something else. I've always considered that risk that, hey, the SPAC can always, like, the acquiring company can always change their mind, or the acquirers can always back out, right? Trump can always back out. You've seen that happen before. So that's a risk that I don't think is being priced in. Well, I mean,
another big risk, Spencer, with DWAC is SPACs aren't allowed to know their target before listing, because then you're really just circumventing the IPO process for the company. And this, I believe, was the fastest or second fastest SPAC to closing transaction of all listed SPACs. And now I think the New York Times reported that the SPAC had some contact with Trump before it was formed. And, all this is going to lead to SEC scrutiny, and you could just see it being shelved or a different SPAC coming in and to do the deal.
100% here. No one wants me to ask you about BACT or BACT. I don't know however it's pronounced.
Oh, BKKT. That's like cryptocurrency SPAC. I'm going to do something. I'm going to go to ariborrowdesk.com right now to see the borrow cost. And the reason to do that is when the borrow costs are really high, that's a sign that short sellers really want to bet against it aggressively. So the borrow rate is 13% right now, and there's no shares available. So I'd be very skeptical.
13% is not low, but not exorbitantly high. Edwin Dorsey is the author of the Bear Cave newsletter. The links to that are in the description. I'll also put them up on the screen. There it is, thebearcave.substack.com. Edwin, always a pleasure, sir. Talk to you again
Absolutely,
next week.
Spencer.
All right. Hey, it is 3:30 on a Monday. Y'all know, on any day. Y'all know what that means. It's time for... All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Joel, I was so excited 2.5 hours ago. I thought, yes, we're going to break out on the Russell 2000.
Oh, I don't know.
We're going to all-time highs, and we're not.
Completely. Well, can I make one suggestion for your afternoon programming?
Oh, please, sure.
You got to get Edwin Dorsey on more?
Okay.
You know why?
No.
Because he's got to be one lonely dude.
Short in the market. Yeah.
Is there anybody in the Bear Cave? I mean, that dude, I don't know how he's staying in business. I mean, come on. Even me.
Yeah, you're the most bearish bull I've ever known in my life.
But no, he seems like a nice kid and everything, but holy mackerel.
Yeah, no, okay, so let's talk about it, because we're up mostly across the board. But to me, the story of the day is the Russell. We almost got there.
Let's go. Oh, we did. This is this is Russell City here. This is the breakout that everyone's been waiting for since February. 234.53. We got to 234.14, but I mean, come on. I mean, close, but no cigar. I mean, we'll get it.
Can you even imagine once we do get it? I mean,
and you know what my projection is? This is my projection. Are you
Yeah.
ready for this?
yeah.
I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Okay. And we went from 100 to, let's call it 235.
Mhm.
135, right?
From the COVID low? Yeah.
COVID low.
Okay.
So if you add 135 to 206, what do you get?
341.
That's my projection. That's not for January or February, but that's, you heard it here first.
End of 22?
End of 22,
All right.
my target. I mean, what else could you use for a projection? I mean, that's a Fibonacci extension of 0.61724.379. Is that what that's a Fibonacci extension on? So, everyone's talking about it. It's got to happen, but we'll see what happens.
I thought for sure though, because we had the SPY breakout last week, and I thought, oh, it's coming now, but for third time.
Patience, my friend. Patience. It will take some time.
Anyway, what else are you seeing out there? Because we're green more or less across the board, except for technology. The banks are flat, more or less. Healthcare not having quite a great day.
Yeah. I wasn't exactly crying wolf this morning, when I was talking about the decline in the index. I mean, we did retreat off the high. We did get that, as of right now, I don't want to say anything right now because we could easily take out that 46.1950. But the Brentster, did you see my article on the Brentster on the Pre-Market Prep show?
I have it open up.
Prep Plus?
I have it open right here.
Yeah. And he said that, maybe on Monday, a lot of earnings coming out and stuff. Maybe, people are going to be a little tepid Monday or Tuesday. And sure enough, I mean, we're still up 4.25, but I thought that was a decent explanation. We need to close above 45.97 to post an all-time closing high with 26 minutes going. That's, we're very close to that. What did Marriott, Florida keep mentioning Marriott? Did I ever say anything about Marriott? I never said short Marriott, did I?
No, I don't.
Florida?
Probably not. I feel
Let me know, because are you the one that's trying to short this puppy?
I feel like you've been bearish on it. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's. I can't remember. It's you or Mitch or someone. Dennis.
It's
somebody.
Dennis.
Somebody does not like this. The whole sector. It's probably Dennis. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you said anything about it. It's not, regardless, we're at an all-time high.
Yeah, I mean, yep. Not much to say about that. I mean, you got a level here. You got 162.15. You hit that on October 28th. You hit 162.31 on the 28th, and then today 62.15. So backed off a little bit. Probably get a running start into tomorrow. But that's what I'm looking at in Marriott. What I do want to mention, I mean, since people are so prone to bring up my bad calls, and I better officially see how it's doing before I do anything here. How about my Lucid Motor call this morning?
Yeah.
How about, come on, guys. Let's hear it. Do you have like an applause on the keyboard there?
I do, but of course I unplugged it. I unplugged it to plug into my headphones, and here. Okay, we have applause. Ready?
Yep. Thank you. I may have to come in and work on that. Soundboard. But it was that red candle that from Friday, and then they pump it into pre-market. It's a whole different story getting something pumped in the pre-market. But when that big volume comes in, it's an Easy Mike. So Lucid at the open. Good for Easy Mike. I mean, it could go to 45 tomorrow, but just, it just showed some weakness. And then, just to get it back, all the bad people that bought at 37, 38 saying, I'm making money on this. Big level on the downside. We'll be keying on 36 over the next couple days. Friday's low 593. Today's low 36.32. Boom, boom, 36. Big level. Must hold level for Lucid Motors.
Hey, did you see? Speaking of Lucid, the EV stocks today were sort of doing their own thing, right? Because you got LCID, giving it back off the open, but you got other ones like Tesla just ripping again because
Oh my lord! What happened? Was there
Gordon Johnson, who I'm trying to get Gordon Johnson on, but I no promises. Gordon Johnson told us that he thinks they're going to do another stock split, which frankly wouldn't not make sense, right? It would make a little bit of sense because they're already back up to almost where they were pre.
So is he flipping to the bullish camp on that?
No, I don't think so. I don't think.
No,
I think hell would have to freeze over for him to turn bullish.
What did he tweet that out or something?
No, he told Benzinga.
He told Benzinga. Gordon Johnson told
Benzinga. Do we have a breaking news soundboard, or did I delete that? I think I deleted it.
I don't know. I don't know. Runaway freight train. I can't. What else can I say? I did. Someone in the chat this morning said, "Oh, Tesla's going to get crushed today." I can't. Boy, we had some newcomers in the chat this morning, and they were not very nice, were they, Spencer? We had some.
I think
we had some. They're not getting. I'm gonna make sure Santa Claus doesn't go to their house because wow, they were mean and making fun of me. They make fun of you. I mean, why do those people show up if all they want to do is be haters?
It is what it is. I don't know. I think maybe.
Well, this is what I said to Tesla. I said, yeah, you can short it if you want, but at least wait for it to go red on the session, right? 11:14 was the close. We opened at 11:45, and they tried to press it a little bit, but it never even went. It never even went red on the session. And they didn't even fill the gap either. If you're sitting there at 15.21, no cigar, man. You would have had to bid 18.67 to get filled, and now knocking on the door of 1,200.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw John Deere today. This was so interesting. I love when this happens. I love when there is like a mainstream, non-Wall Street centric news headline, and we can see how it plays out in the stock. I'm always interested to see how like mainstream headlines play out in the stock because sometimes they don't matter at all. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. In this case, I can't remember the last major company-wide major strike we had, of a company of this size. So October 14th was when this strike started, and it appears to be over now. They've reached a tentative agreement with their workforce on higher wages, and I really would have thought, based on, because I was following the story, I was reading all about the strike, and they had their office workers working in their production facilities, and it was chaotic, and somebody died, and I thought, there's no way this can be like anything but horrible, and yet Wall Street did not care. The strike started on the 14th, and the stock has gone up since then. So that was actually the low, I think, of this recent move, was the 14th. So it's a learning experience for me because I would have assumed that Wall Street would care. Wall Street does not care about this at all. In fact, they actually,
they bid it up.
They bid it up the entire time. And then today we end the strike and we bid it up again. So this was big for me because I would have thought the opposite, and I stand corrected on that. So I was very interested to see how this played out. But strike appears to be over.
Jay Spinner, for Jay Rice knows Spinner. What are those? I don't have my options platform open. What are those 1,200 calls going for? Because he says there's crazy volume in them. If they're going, oh my gosh, they probably went from nothing to what, a weekly call, what, 15, 20 bucks or something. It's either people getting uber bullish here that, they're going to do the stock split or just blow through 1,200, or it could just be some crafty investors saying, man, I don't want to sell my stock at 1,200, but if you're going to give me, a $40 lead, 37, wow. So
Yeah,
if you're going to,
I was gonna
oh,
say
wow.
30, 36, 36.80.
Yeah, $37.
About
So,
37 now.
if you're saying that, you're going to give, I could sell some stock at 1237. I mean, even if this, think about those options right now is let's say you do buy it at 37 and this thing comes in flat tomorrow,
Yeah.
you're going to be down like $5,
Yeah.
$6. They're just going to, so I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be shorting them, but man, I don't, maybe trying to lock in some profits and maybe the open interest, and then you get people just with the hopium. I don't know, but yeah, that would be 12. If you sold it now, it'd be a 1237 exit. But
Well,
that's
yeah,
yeah,
I did now it's at 37.20. Anyway, it's
jeez,
madness.
totally.
Those,
Yep.
yeah, those they really get you, man. They really get you on that.
That's a lot of juice, but they do a stock split. I mean, and also, boy, this thing has just been.
Wait, pull up Tesla because you got Deere up there.
Oh, I got Deere. Oh, I was just getting my comments on
Yeah.
Deere. Is I don't have the exact 50 in here, but it blasted through it today. I like to see it hold 357 for a couple days and then boom, make another leg up higher. If you're looking at Deere, you got to look at cat. I know this is pretty specific to Deere, but cat did get a boost. And then one stock that I used to whoop up on didn't have, and it was a little lower volume, used to move around with these stocks was Ingersoll Rand. I used to like to trade that because it was a little bit thinner and it could, Ingersoll Rand. It's not a direct. I know Dennis goes, that's not really correlated. Isn't it? They fall in that.
I don't even know if I know that one. I'm being completely serious. I don't know if I know that one at all.
Joel, stop hating and give me your thoughts about holding AMD through the close. Oh my gosh, through the close! Come on,
AMD like 4 times today. Yeah, sure.
Why? It's busting. Is there any? Well, you don't have a New York book, but maybe someone wants to exit at 125. I don't know. The only thing I would look for, well, on this day, the day that it made its all-time high, that might have been earnings 128.08. Wow, it's blowing away the new all-time high. Former all-time high is 122.93. $2 higher than that. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Someone may want to pair out at 125, but I don't know. See if there's any imbalances on it. But it looks there's nothing that I'm looking at in this chart right now except maybe a big seller at the point that would tell me that this thing is going down.
Florida says I need to check a construction site. Then I'll see Ingersoll Rand. Florida. I don't go outside, so I don't know how that's going to happen. But next time I am outside, I'll and near construction.
They're constructions. Yeah, thank you. Florida backing me up. Thank you.
Backing you up on that one. What else jumped out today? Yeah, I saw SoFi blast off the open. I saw that. We got to 20. We had a couple days there where looked, oh no, 20. No, we lost 20. No, we got 20 back now. Now we're at 22. So, yeah, I saw it. I got nothing to say about it, but it is.
Isn't there always resistance where you get long a stock?
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
SoFi. I mean, is it? What I'd put this more in the smaller cap arena, right?
No,
it's a big cap.
Small. Yeah. Let's see. I don't actually know what the market cap is SoFi. I'm gonna guess 20. Oh, 15 bill. I was close.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Can't see anything new busting out near new highs of the session. I don't know if you're going to get, this kind of action off this candle. We had a nice run up, but a little gap fill there. Not much to say about this chart.
And then off the top of the show, I forget who it was now, may have been Jay. I apologize. Somebody was asking about retail. I don't know if you saw Macy's today, Joel, but Macy's is up 7.5%. We look like we have 30 in the mind. We haven't been to 30 in Macy's
100 years.
In 2 years.
Big Christmas, man. Miracle on 34th Street.
This is madness. We were at $4 last year.
Wow.
We're going to 30 in Macy's.
And you're challenging this big bar that you had here, 28.41. You couldn't hold that gains. Ooh, you did hold the gains that day. You saw the 28.25. So it looks like you're getting a new closing high, folks. I don't know what you want me to say about this chart. It was
Yeah.
just a gap. I'll just give you. You mentioned 30 is a psychological level, but what I find in my analysis is going to the monthlies. See what the monthlies are telling me. Monthlies are telling me the next high is not a 30, not a 31, but
Hmm.
it's at 32. So
Oh,
31.99 January 219 high 31.99 in Macy's.
yeah. It's not just Macy's. There's a lot of you guys are all over. There's a lot of retail up today, right? Bed Bath is having a good day up.
Bed Bath and Beyond, where's it at? 15
Almost
bucks?
9% for Bed Bath and
Oh, Best
Beyond.
Buy. Okay, I understand.
Signet's having a good day, up 8% for no apparent reason that I saw.
I mean,
Well,
that's the triple BY is getting off the ground, but I mean, when you buy a laggard, you buy laggards.
mm,
I don't know. You can lead on the low of the move. How did the hog do? I don't know. Did I
not
give it?
great, Joel. Not great.
It
Actually,
busted
no.
through my 40. I got a little egg on my face, but if you were just like just a seller, like 40 10, 10,000, 40 20, 20,000, 40 30, 30,000, 40 40, 40,000, 40 50, 50, then you were doing okay, but it just didn't stop right on the dime. And wow, nowhere near filling the gap, but that high people that were leaning on 38.80 low and said, or high, and says it gets anywhere near that, I'm covering it. Low
My,
38.62, but
my
big
mistake. My
catalyst.
mistake. There was a headline on Bed Bath and Beyond. They announced a partnership with Uber Eats for. I guess you can now order diapers on Uber Eats. Apparently, diapers from
For Bed Bath and Beyond,
Bed Bath and
they
Beyond.
sell. Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear a prediction? And it has probably absolutely no relevance to anybody's trading or anything.
Yeah, sure.
But that Bed Bath and Beyond at 14 in Orchard Lake,
Yeah, that's right by me. Yeah,
I think they're gonna close it.
Pro- probably. I mean,
Yeah.
the place is huge.
And you know why? It's the barren shelf factor. It's
Yeah,
either
yeah,
it's either supply chain issues
yeah.
or they're like, how stores do that? Like you see less and less stuff on the shelves. And how upset are you when you go there, even if you buy something for 20 bucks when you don't have your 20% off
I mean,
coupon?
I haven't been there since before the pandemic, but yes, yes.
I don't know. What
Yeah.
do I buy there?
I don't
What do
know.
I
I don't know
can't
what you buy
remember.
there. I can't. I
I
can't.
do, I do. We needed the things that you clean the dishes with. What do you know? The scrubber, the thing you
Oh,
put the yeah.
okay, a
I
scrubber.
broke
Okay,
it. I
okay,
broke
that's
it.
fair. Hey, did you see Coinbase today? It was moving. I'm going to assume is moving higher because the largest crypto
Oh
broker in
yeah.
the world, Binance, was having some serious issues. I don't quite know if those are worked out by now, but Coinbase is trading up because of that. Today, if anything, for me was an argument for owning the Bitcoin futures or the Bitcoin ETF or like the GBTC or something, anything other than the actual Bitcoin, because it's all about trust. If you can't trust that your money is going to do that, if you can't trust your broker to do that for you, then like what do you have? You have nothing. Like Binance locked withdrawals at least twice today. That is insane. That is insane to lock. Robinhood, hate on them all you want. They never locked your money in, right? They never said you can't sell. Like, you can't get your money back. That's insane to do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Coinbase traded higher. I expect off of that headline today.
Look
Gave
at that.
a
Look
lot
at
of good
that. It
stuff.
finally
So,
got halfway back in the move. If you were using that as your target, I've had this lineup. I got to start putting my lines in here so you guys just don't think I go and do things and then haphazardly. But 320, that was halfway back in the move. Probably not exactly. My lines aren't exactly right, but 320 was about halfway back. One thing about the Bitcoin futures at the CME, you
yeah,
got to put up all the money.
yeah,
So you
yeah,
got to be a big boy.
yeah.
You got to have the big boy pants on to trade that. But
Joe M is quick to call me out. Joe M, don't speak too soon yet, because I know I see us back at 314 or 234 in the in the Russell. But call me when we get to 235. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you not only that, but you want to close above it.
Yeah. All right, Joe. We're gonna have to keep an close eye on this chart for the next 8 minutes or so. It's alive to an extent, but we were here a couple hours ago. I was so ready to call it, and I got rejected at 1:00. So let's see if we can make a new high here today in the IWM. That's what I'm watching.
Yeah, it's close, knocking on the door.
Yep. Also watching Clorox Day report tonight. There's really not much interesting tonight. Oh, Avis is tonight. Car. That should be a fun
Oh
one.
yeah.
That
you know what?
That one's gonna be fun.
I like. What do you do with this one? I mean,
No idea.
it's got a red candle this month. That's the bad news. But the good news is the first day of the month. I mean, how do you bet against this thing? We'll see what happens off the report. I would just be looking. I'm not going to give you the all-time high, but I'll give you the all-time closing high. And if you're worry wart, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be all over the map. All-time closing high. That was made at 176.65. That was on the October 25th. And then the next day it bolted to 81 and a quarter, but it couldn't close. It fell miserably there. So my levels would be 76.65 and then an all-time high at 81 and a quarter.
Okay. The CIFR is getting the pump right now. I'm going to go ahead and call BS. This is from a Seeking Alpha article. Somebody who has 7 followers on Seeking Alpha saying that I'm going to read it straight from their thing. Credible sources confirm that Coinbase and FTX are considering to acquire Cipher Mining, which is CIFR, for horizontal play. And that's why I just blasted off to almost $10 just now. I'm going to go ahead and call BS on this. But I could always be wrong. But I've never heard of Crypto Squeeze's blog before. That's who the author is on Seeking Alpha.
My first question is Seeking Alpha still in business?
Yeah, Seeking Alpha actually did something pretty crazy. They went full subscription model. They got rid of all advertising. They put everything behind a paywall.
And how much is it?
I don't know. If you know, let me know. Anyone in chat? I have no idea.
Yeah, Seeking Alpha. All right.
Anyway, I call BS on this CIFR.
Okay, when a stock's in play, take your own, take your risk on that. Someone's asking for is LFG? Is that what is that?
No, that just says let's go. That's not. Wait, LFG is a stock, but I don't know what that is.
It's isn't it?
It's some energy, Archaea Energy.
Wait, what's Lionsgate? Are they even around anymore?
Yeah, it's LFGA, right?
Yep.
No. It's LGFA, not LFG, LGF. Yeah, we thought this was going to be a takeover play, and it never happened. It's LGF/A/B. It never happened. We always thought.
How's Viacom doing? VIAC. Boy, oh boy. Man, when you get jammed, you get jammed. Look at that thing. Holy mackerel. New low of the move last week. You can't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom, I saw EV go today. Bit of a wild child for sure, up 11%. It's the way the EV stocks are doing what they're doing today. There wasn't that much else that I saw that piqued my interest today. Yeah, I mean, I saw the strength in AMC and GameStop, but they're both so quiet. I mean, even
there's a big documentary coming on CNBC.
Hey, actually,
I'm gonna watch that.
Wait. Actually, did you hear this? Forget the documentary. The guy who wrote the book that became The Social Network, and also the book that became 21, he's out with a GameStop book already. It's only been 10 months.
Who's the author?
Ben Mesrick is his name.
21. That was about the kids in Vegas. They were
Right.
counting cards. I read that book. That's a good book.
The MIT kids, and then he wrote the Facebook book that became the movie. The guy is basically a factory of churning out books that then get made into movies.
Good for him.
It's already he's done with it. Apparently, I don't quite know. I don't think he spoke to like anyone. I don't think he spoke to Melvin or Citadel, or I think there's a lot of like fill in the blank with your imagination stuff.
I wish you would write something about PreMarket Prep. Someone asked, what's Snap doing today?
Shelly, you're funny. I don't know. What is Snap doing?
It's a good day. It's not a bad day. It's you got the quad bottom to lean on, right? Not exact. Institutions either trying to cover short or trying to go long, eyeballing $52. And that was a low for last month, but this is only the first day in the month. So there you go. You got a level to lean on. We'll see what happens. It looks like they're going to close this over 54. 53.99 was your high yesterday, 54.11. So I don't know if you just get these guys that are like buying 52.10 and then I'm selling at 53.90. I don't care. And then it comes back in, I'll buy it at 52. Excuse me, sell it at 53.90. So I don't know. Above 54, I'm not going to get too fancy here. It looks like it has 55. Your high from Thursday, 496. Your high from last Wednesday, 523.
All right. Mitch says he's long. I guess we'll have to find out why he's long on Money Mitch coming up right now after the show is over. Okay, couple from the chat. Somebody was asking about, what was it? Yeah, Vuzi. Okay, yeah, VUZI is having a great day. This has nothing to do with the metaverse, right? Because there was a... They moved on Thursday with the metaverse stuff from Facebook. Then they gave it back on Friday, and now we're gonna just do it all again today. Apparently, I'm not quite sure. Does anyone actually know why the stock is trading up by 32%? Because I full disclosure, I don't.
You know what I almost thought of buying today, but I didn't because I'm like, wow, that would be a really stupid reason to buy it.
Roku?
Nope.
Meta.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
It popped up, and then, but there was another stock that is called something. Is there another stock? Maybe this wasn't the one I was looking at. It had Meta in the name. I can't believe it.
Oh, wait. Hold on a second.
It was like a $5 or $6 stock. I thought this isn't the one I was looking at.
Wait. We already changed it in Benzinga Pro. If you search for ticker FB, it says Meta Platforms. I was like, what is Meta Platforms?
We're ripping into the close. We are going to post a new all-time closing high right here. Probably go off the board right here at 46.06 and change. The buy the dippers waited until that last minute. This is the highest we've been since the rebound. And you know what? Nothing happened today. We opened this morning at 46.08. And here we are at 4. It looks like we're going to close 45.05. Maybe Sheila Richards. Was it MTTR? What's the name of this stock?
Yeah, that could matter.
Yeah. Get rid of that retracement and get rid of that resistance line.
Hey, Joe, guess what? I win. IWM, no all-time high yet. I win at least for now.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to go see Money Mitch?
That's what we're going to go see. Have a good rest of your day, Joel. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Hey, actually, before I throw it to Money Mitch, real fast, crypto update. Last one of the day, mostly green. Ethereum up 2.63%. Bitcoin up 1.18%. Binance Coin, interesting day to have that up, trading over 5.5%. And the story of the day here was if you were in Squid Game coin, you lost all your money. Sorry. That's kind of the way things go. But as a reminder, some Bitcoin, you can get it for free. Go to Voyager.com, download the app, enter the promo code ZING, and it'll give you some free Bitcoin when you make your first trade. All right, that's a wrap for us here. Please remember all the information from our show meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. And hit that like button, please, and thank you. Money Mitch coming live right now. And everyone, I will see you tomorrow.